Great black metal hails to all my friends from Mediterranean and other parts of the world. Today we will talk a little bit about Greek black metal, but let's just first unwrap this beauty. I've obviously opened it before, and unfortunately it has gotten some hit here, but well, I guess we'll live with that. This band is coming from Greece, like mentioned, and it is relatively new one. This is called Hor, H-O-R, and the album is called Exitium. This band that was started around 2017, and here it is, their first full release. I don't know if there were any demos previously of and by this band, but at least I didn't have any information, so as far as I know, this is the only one coming from this very band. Let's take a look at the ingredients here, what it's included, that is. We have here a inlay, which has the images of these two members of the band, the basic recording and other information, and obviously lyrics on the other side. As you probably noticed, this is 2019 release, actually came out in late November. This is just black vinyl here, so as such nothing special to see, but I'll show you it anyway, just briefly here. Released by a kind of a new French label, Sanit Mills Records. Never ever even heard about it before, but I guess this is a nice debut to do them. And then we have this nice poster. I don't know if it's nice exactly, but people who prefer to get something physical along with those albums anyway might enjoy it. So this we have this kind of a zombie Mary, Virgin Mary in a zombie form. Now, many people know Greek black metal based on bands which started early on, bands like Rotting Christ, Varatron, Necromantia, Zemial, and other names, which kind of created this whole Greek sound, very different from Nordic black metal. And I think that kind of labeled the Greek sound being kind of a distinctive. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. But it seems like since 80s and 90s, especially the early 90s, the Greek went sort of a decline. And even though there are bands like Kavir and Zemial still active, not to mention Rotting Christ, which is not exactly doing black metal anyway, not so many bands have emerged like after 2000s, at least in the sense that to make impact. I can think one name that really blew my mind when I heard it was Raven Cult. But other than that, most Greek bands have just kind of I don't know, vanished in my radar. Now, Hor just appeared out of thin air, and suddenly it's creating this kind of a nice, grim gold feeling that is with their black metal. Actually, it's very Nordic sounding black metal. It's very grim. I mean, the kind of a grim what you can actually hear in the early 90s, mid 90s Nordic black metal, especially the Norwegian style. But also because of this very kind of a intense, fast-forwarding black metal with its kind of a fast blasting and those really cold melodies. When I will say cold melodies, I don't mean just like, you know, something nice, which is kind of melancholic and blah, 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 which so often happens with many Finnish bands. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you have to understand that being kind of a nice melodies and really cold melodies, there is a clear distinction, you know. Some of them are like, hey, this is nice to listen to, this is kind of a melancholic and stuff, kind of a sad and blah blah blah, fits this winter time very well. And then there are albums that want to just rip your flesh out of your bones, and this is of that type in my opinion. There are only 4 tracks on this album, and even though they are not the lengthiest one, they still create some 30 minutes as whole, so they are not short ones either. And while there is not too much diversity with the songs and songwriting, it's enough to kind of justify to make this album good one. And I really like the production because while those guitars are kind of a thin in sound, they're still kind of a violent enough to make a point. And they fit really well the type of riffs which Hor is hereby offering you. So I must say, this was really, really positive surprise. Obviously, I was told, oh, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it so much. You're gonna blast it. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard this sales pitch 1,000 times before. But I must say, this really nails it. So Obviously, this is going to my personal record collection, being a nice, grim, cold black metal album, the 1990s Nordic way. So, if you're up for that, this is your choice. It should be out in different formats as well. I got the LP for review, which is always a nice thing to do. But I totally recommend you checking out Horse Material, and I hope you like it. This is definitely for people who worshipped the 1990s sound and feeling. So there you have it. Go check out Exitium, already out now.